Guys, hope you are having a fabulous day. Today I want to talk to you guys about barn cats. My barn cats are on the front porch eating right now, but they will soon join me. And one of the situations that we have here in the country, even though I live on a busy street, is people are constantly dumping cats off. And the problem is most of them I can't really bring into the farm because they're scared and they run away, and by the time they get close enough, they're feral and you can't touch them. We've had people drop off kittens in our yard, in fenced-in areas. We've had all kinds of cats get dumped off here. But there's my cats. But the thing is barn cats are wonderful to have. And you can see my dog prints and my prints. And they really are something that you want to consider for your farm. And I know I have a lot of newbie people that some of you are homesteading and farming for the first time. And here's what I do with my barn cats. My barn cats come in and out. There's a few that we really can't let in because they don't want to come near you. Now that one there is pretty good. In the beginning, when we first got OC, he wouldn't let you touch him, but now, like last night, he climbed on my lap and Clay's lap. But I like to let my barn cats in and out of my house and feed them, take care of them. I feed them outside, so they go outside for their food. Otherwise, they would stay inside all the time. But they really help with the garden. They chase out other predators that come to my yard. They're an enjoyment because they crawl on your lap and you can pet them, and they make wonderful pets. Some barn cats can't be pets because they're just feral. And that doesn't mean it has to be the end of their life, though, because here's what happens. If you get stray cats in your yard, look at the birds are starting to come, and they don't want to come to you, you can make a nice shelter and feed them, but don't necessarily pick up and touch them because they could bite you and hurt you. But they can take care of all the mice and rats and things you don't want in your garden. And that way you can still kind of enjoy them. Kind of like feeding the birds, only you're feeding the cats and making sure they have a nice, warm, dry spot. And they have a job. Other places, other countries, you know, the cats are their pest control. I don't like putting poison down. I like cats. Cats can take care of all the stuff that's hanging around. They'll even take care of bugs. We've had a fly in the house before, and my cats will even eat a fly. So they're wonderful to have on the farm. Now, if you tame them up, like we like to do, they're not going to be happy staying outside, especially when the weather gets cold. They'll claw at your windows. They'll try to come in at the screens. They'll cry. So if you're going to have them as pets, like mine are, they go in and out. They have a job, but they also can come in and eat. And they have little spots that they sleep on, and they're just pets and all that. But they're also the barn cats. So I always say to the inside-outside barn cats. But if you're going to have just totally barn cats, probably they'll be feral and they won't be wanting to come in. So a feral cat's not always a bad thing, especially if you don't want them to come in the house. Some people don't want pets in the house. Maybe they're allergic. Maybe they're just not a pet person. Maybe some people do not want inside animals, period. And so feral cats are nice because you can keep them outside. You don't necessarily have to pet them, but they can do their job of keeping all the predators out of their yard. And if you feed them in the same spot every day, they'll go there. You can probably sit back on a chair and watch them. before I got these guys, I used to have a feral cat, Donnie, but he stopped coming around because it was a girl, because she hated the dog, but she used to like bang her head on the front door. There's a feral cat around here. Hasn't been as many this year, and I think that because my cats are here. But there's a feral cat here around now. I fed him a couple times. I think he goes over to a local restaurant that's close to my house and eats, because it's only like a couple doors down, and he always seems to run from that area over here. But he'll come over and he'll sit on the fence to tease my dog. If he sees my dog coming out, it's kind of cute. I kind of tickle at it because my dog can't get to him, but because he's on a leash. But he'll sit on the top of the fence. He'll walk over there so my dog can see him. Like, he'll be way out, and then he'll see my dog and come running over and walk over there, and then he'll sit on that car over there. There's a car covered up, just to kind of mess with my dog. He's really pretty. I fed him and I tried to pet him when I first saw him hanging around, but he'd have nothing to do with it. And so from my experience with playing with feral cats, so to speak, I know better than to try to pick him up, because he wasn't going to have it. And now, like with Donnie, one of my other feral cats, she came over every single day, and she'd eat. I'd watch her by the road, because she'd look at the road, look both ways, and then go over into the apple field. And so she came around for a long time, and then she didn't like the dog, so she stopped coming. And then we also had a couple times we had little kittens. One we tried to work with, and he was just too sickly. I think it was like in the fall. Sometimes your fall litters, like if someone has a litter in the fall, they don't do good, because I don't know, the mothers don't seem to take good care of them, and he just was so far spent that he just didn't make it. But we tried to, revive him and help him, but he was just too far spent, and that was very sad, because we only had him here a day or two, and he must have not been fed for a long time, and he just didn't make it. And then we also had another cat. It was so weird. We were sitting on the front porch, and he came over like a little beggar. He's looking around the corner, and we quick grabbed a dish of food for him, and he came over like hunched over, ate, and then ran off. But he was just so hungry, and I felt so bad, but you could clearly tell that he'd been outside for a long time. But we did feed him, and he got a meal. But we do keep our eyes open, and I think most farmers do. Most of my neighbors that love animals, that have seen the feral cat situation, have more cats than, I know my one neighbor told me she had 6 cats, because of the ferals. And then I had another person that I saw a couple roads down, and she had a bunch of cats, and she said, yeah, people are always dumping them off on their farm. But this isn't the best area, because I have a busy road over there. But the point of this video is to say that, get some cats. If you see a feral cat outside, don't necessarily feel like, you want to shoo it off. If you have a farm and you want some free pest control, these guys are on the job. And if you don't like inside animals, feral cats are perfect. And they can take care of your stuff. You can feed them. They don't want to come inside. They want to be left alone, but they'll do the job. If you get a couple cats and you're thinking you want them to be pets only, you can keep them inside all the time. But if you want them to do a little barn work, let them in and out, and let them, keep the pest out of your yard. But I think every farm should have some barn cats. I think they're excellent. I think they keep the predators away, and we enjoy them. And of course, living out here, we've had people that have, like, I know we've gone to some farmers' things, and we've had farmers saying that they were looking for whole litters of kittens, for their barn, But usually the farmers will help out each other if they, somebody has a litter of kittens or something. But for the most part, like I said, consider taking in some feral cats or getting a cat, And do it with wisdom. Like I said, if you get a cat and you want to play with it and make it a pet, and it's going to be in and out, it's not going to be happy to be outside, especially when it gets cold. So you got to take all that into consideration. Like these guys, they're excellent. They really stay outside more in the summer, but in the winter they want to be in because it's freezing. And there's really not a lot to catch in the winter anyway, so they stay inside. But right now they're walking outside with me. They're going to be running to chase me all over the yard until I go in. Then they're going to want to be inside because it is cold, and they sleep with us. And, you know, we make sure they're all taken care of and stuff. But now this is OC. He did not like people at all. And now he's really sweet and friendly. But, you know, we got him when he was a kitten. And then that's Charlene. And, but like I said, barn cats are awesome. And, you know, they're always cute and fun. And we're kind of like, usually what we do is like if somebody wants a barn cat, because there's so many ferals and stuff that come around, usually if I have extra, I'm usually happy to say, here you go. He's all tamed up, you know. But as far as the ferals, they're a little harder because, you know, they don't really like to be touched or messed with. But right now, like I said, I probably should give him a name because he's been coming around for a long time. If you think of a name, let me know. But he's a beautiful orange cat. And I'd love to have him as a pet, but he'll have none of that. But he's so pretty. If I catch him out showing off to the dog, I'll try to film him. But he's just beautiful. Nice, deep, dark red. But he started coming around in the early fall. I fed him a couple times, and then I didn't see him. And then I noticed that he's been coming around lately. He just keeps going over there. But barn cat, no training required. You don't have to show them pictures or videos of how to catch rats, mice. Their favorite food is, if you like birds, is their number one killer of birds. Yeah, you heard that, didn't you, Charlene? And they will catch birds. And I have had a few feral cats. We had a season where the ferals were all jumping up on top of the chicken coop. Thank God they're enclosed. And this guy's up here now. What are you going to do, climb a tree for me? Girl, Charlene. You going to climb a tree up there, Charlene? There she is in this great big tree. My cats are always climbing trees. They're a hoot. I hope you know how to get down. They do. They know how to get down. And yeah, here's these guys. And over there in that corner is where that red cat likes to sit and watch these guys. Hoping to get some, but you turkeys, he better pray he don't come in here because the turkeys will have at it at a cat. It's a little muddy out here this morning. Yeah, so if you have big birds, there he goes. We did have a family of stray cats live under here for a while through the winter under this barn, but when summer came, they went for higher ground. But we loved it because they took care of all the mice. And there's OC. And my cats usually don't have much to do with the ferals. They pretty much, you know, the ferals don't usually come around because these guys are here, but I'm sure at night they do because these guys are inside more. Plus ferals usually don't come around if you're outside a whole lot. Yeah, OC, are you dreaming? What are you dreaming? Yeah, you're going to go down there. The old rat poison is empty for years. Gotta move that. I think it's empty. He's just sitting there, but that's where they did live under the barn. But I love it. No poisons. You don't have to worry about your kids or anything. All you got is natural pest control, the barn cat. What do you turkeys say to that? Okay, guys, remember, Big or small, you too can be a backyard farm.